Hey guys, welcome back to another Gaming Memories video. Here we are taking a look at a game that is quite possibly the best skateboarding or pro skater game I think ever pretty much created on any console, and that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This game was actually released in the year 2000 on the PlayStation originally, and it got later ports on Microsoft Windows PC, the Nintendo Game Boy Color and the Sega Dreamcast later on in the year 2000. And then later on in 2001 it then got ports then onto the likes of the Nintendo 64, the Game Boy Advance, and with later ports then onto the likes of mobile in 2006 for likes of mobile devices and so forth. So this game actually got around quite a bit, but with good reason, because this game was incredible. So it was developed by Neversoft and published by Activision. And like I said, anyone that knows about skateboarding games knows about this game. This game now pretty much came off the high success of the original title, Tony Hawk's Skateboarding, or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater as it was called in other regions. But this game took what was brilliant about the original game and actually exceeded it and took it far beyond what was possible. This is the best game in the franchise, especially on the PlayStation 1. There was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 that came out. They were all really good games, but this here is the pinnacle of the entire franchise. Pretty much even games that came out in later consoles, this is the best one of them all. There is other games like the likes of the Tony Hawk's Underground series that started to use more like story elements and like RPG kind of elements to it. But again, this here is definitely the pinnacle of the series, pretty much of any skateboarding game ever. Now it does have a lot more of an arcade style, but the style really suits the actual gameplay overall, because it really is just incredible. You've more characters, you've more environments to do tricks in, and it just graphically it's improved over the original as well, which was already a very good looking game anyway. So, and plus the control system has definitely been refined. It's a lot more fluent and you can switch around the skateboard a lot more at ease to do different moves, and you can set yourself up for loads of combos and so forth. This game is actually incredible. Plus, like the original game had an unbelievable soundtrack. This game had an even better soundtrack. This game just had like loads of like big name bands like Rage Against the Machine, and actually, to be honest, there's too many to even name. There's just a load of brilliant rock tunes and just classic tunes in this game. That was the one thing that this series really housed. It had pretty much a lot of great gameplay, great aesthetics, great music, soundtrack. It pretty much appealed to so much, and anyone that's played it, like there's so many fans of this particular version of the game. It's incredible. And like I said, this game went on to literally have ports on so many different consoles over the years, and quite rightly so, because it's a fantastic title. It really is. I remember my first experience with the game as well. Now, I had played the original game when it came back out in 1999, and I thought it was brilliant. I was addicted to it. Although I was never as good, I could never pull the moves off, because I wouldn't have had the flexibility to be able to pull off moves as well as say my brothers did. My brother Damien, notably, he was just a beast at the game. But then I remember actually picking up a demo magazine, and there was a demo of this game on it, and you played in, I think it's France or Marseille level. You were like on a skateboard park outside, and that level was just insane. And the demo as well, because at the time there was on the early days of the internet as well, and they were doing like a competition to try and who could get the highest score, and you had to post your scores online. Now, it wasn't as easy to do as you could do today, but I remember I tried it. Now, I was useless at it. I could play it and I could do a wee bit of it, but my brother Damien and my mate Derek that lived across the road from us, he practically was in the house all the time when we were growing up, always playing games. Himself and Damien just took out on the demo. They literally just played it to death, and the two boys just literally beasted the whole freaking level to a point that, because the one thing that you could do is if you kept combos going even after the timer ran out, as long as you kept a combo going, the game wouldn't stop. The two boys just absolutely nailed it. I mean, constantly, the boys would always be beating each other's scores, and even when you thought they got the highest possible score, they would keep just destroying it again. Like, Derek could get one mental score, and then Damien and hammer it by a couple of thousand. Then Derek would come in the next day and then mash it by, let's say, another couple of thousand or a couple of hundred. Then Damien would come in again. I can't even remember between the two of them who actually got the highest score. All I know is that, let's just put it this way, they would have given the best at these games a run for their money. It was absolutely insane what they were actually able to do, but they were so addicted to it. And Damien especially, because Damien doesn't really play too many games apart from RPG games. Like, he was always used to playing the likes of Breath of Fire 3, Final Fantasy 7. So it definitely took something unique and special to drag him away from these games, and this game definitely did that for him. That even when the full game did actually come out, we actually bought it, and he just played it to death. He just absolutely addicted to it. It went on then later on then to the likes of Tony Hawk's Underground games, and I remember later on the PlayStation 2, and Damien I think got the second one, and he was addicted to that. He says that's one of his favourite games of all time, aside from this here. He absolutely loved that game, and especially this one. He says this is still his favourite one. He even said that himself. And I can see why, because I played it, I thought it was brilliant, but I was just nowhere near as good as the guys were. But I still really enjoyed it. But I loved it for, like, even for different reasons, because I loved the music, I just loved the play style, and it's just fun to play just casually. Even though, like, I tried to play it recording this video, and I'll be honest, I'm very rusty and I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be. I just can't put the tricks together to create like big combos. But again, it's still a fantastic game to go back to play. And again, like we were saying, going back to having so many ports on different consoles, even up to like mobile devices in the mid 2000s, when mobile devices were starting to become a thing, that they still managed to make ports of this game, because it is the best in the franchise. It's the one that's the most regarded, and it's the one everybody remembers. This is easily one of the highest ranking or highest regarded games ever on the PlayStation. It really is, like, and it's a fantastic sequel to an already incredible game, and it's the best in the Tony Hawk's franchise, I think, pretty much across the board. But the first two games are that good, like this here and the original title are that good, that they actually have spawned a remake on modern consoles, like of the PlayStation 4 and even the Xbox in recent months. And that's why, because they're so good and they're so well regarded, that if they were ever going to remake or remaster any type of games in the franchise, the first two games were going to be always the two that everyone was going to look at, because they are everyone's favourites. These are incredible games, so much fun, present a massive challenge. You really have to have your wits about you, but again, you'll have a blast. If you're playing with your mates and you're going head to head with each other, like, you'll have a blast. Now, you'll probably get destroyed because your mates will obviously be better than you, or maybe not, but that was the fun of it. This game really is, the whole Tony Hawk's franchise in general, but the first two games for me are definitely will hold the best memories for me, and even not just me but my friends and my brothers, because they're the two games we would have definitely have played the most in the series. And yeah, they're still, you can see why they're so good. It especially this game, it's fantastic. It just really is incredible. Such a good game, and I do highly recommend that you have to play this, or you have to revisit it if you haven't played it in a while. So I'd love to know your thoughts on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for the PlayStation, and what did you think of it? What are your memories of it? Did you have as much fun with it as I did and my friends and family members did? Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be updated whenever I release future content, and also feel free to share the video, as I am going to be re-exploring a lot more of these old classic games and sharing my thoughts, experiences, opinions with everybody. So as always, make sure to keep playing those classic games and enjoying them, and keep those gaming memories alive.